Yo, Yamema, Yabema, Yina, Yahu, Ajo, and Yumre, Abba, and Nensu, Jumedie, Titui, Eso, Ebra, and Chahona, Yabeshe, Jumedieno, Aseno. Yabestre, baby, Yewubia, Muma, Yensi, Trase, na Afe, Yemompaye, na Yenshe, Jumedieno, Ase. Inti Mestre, Muma, Yensi, Trase, na Yemompaye. Yeneja wasro enwumre so yeda wase bebre wo wadom ene wo humobra wa manado so pi amaye enwumre so yeda wase bebre so amaye ho kwan se yeni ahyiemu ija ye hyiemu de nyina ehye wonsa yesrew se hu ye mobo na befa dwumade nyina no mum ne ka wakoa ho ene etiefu nyina ho ne ka nyina ye ho na adesua de bia ye nya free de ebeye mu a ebehye wani onyam na yetimi de abobra ebeso wani no Yesu dine mu yesrew se fadom ye yesrew se ma honhom kronkron take absolute control na ka nyina ye ho na bibie wie peye so a uma asan adawase yedawase bebre so wetie ye mpaibo enwumre ewo Jesus Christ dimu amen. Ayo pastor ye mo akwa bio em say dwumadie no so far no hwe senia comment eba free people from outside Yasori mu empo outside United States of America back to Ghana and in kofo be comment on de ma the free YouTube any personal ones a be de ema minim say wonsa can be enti enen so dwumadie akwakoye questions and answers no ye gidi say so far no ansakra na ebia ebe koso ebusa questions and answers no said your comments no AC bar no any senior niema AC ko so far no sena sa niema we nyina no dia na wo ka ho so far the comments are eba any dia ekoso nyina no send is share to continue with sa dwumadie.
That's him said, we have a work to do. Said the American said, as 7-day Adventist in Yamiama, a Juma be said, Yama, we are singing a Ehu, and Nema, or Yamia Dan, the DC BCC. And you know, may a hopeful say, Yamaya Domoa, Yafamudia Kakrebi by a piano, a Berma, a month so, Adrian Besiso, Sampa. Nipa ye biza ye call back and forth, you know. Things are going on the fire and kwaje home. Until we need to pause. Because said, okay, I am nipa bebre no mistakenly. Your idea be said, Bibi besi pa na wiase nyina ni aba wo ho se Yesu ba. But the Bible presents a different picture. In fact, okay, Daniel chapter 12 no. Daniel chapter 12 no. Okay, verse 10 now. Or say, many shall be purified, made white, and refined, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Enti enipa bebree ho no mu a omu hu die ekoso no omoni mba so yen kai say okay in kai Matthew chapter 24 so a Jesus said. Now let me read that passage because it is another significant passage. Matthew chapter 24. Ebriana Yesu Okasa about the second coming, and I said, Kwanya Obefaswa Obebano. He made a very interesting statement, and I Yesu ka bibi Efani Maya Etosumi no ewo Matthew chapter 24. So okay 336 no eba now say, but of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For us in the days before the flood, and now they were eating, they were drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be. And you know what Jesus is saying? What I said, no one more time or no. And before worry, by now but they were not paying attention. The Omuhuyane said, here comes the flood. And Jesus said, Sana, a ye brennan subeye. Uhesi ya, the average person is more interested in mekɔ adwuma ba. It's very important because in saying adwuma nidi mekɔ adwuma ba memfa movie bi nhyɛm na memfa ngye mahome na menye we say kɔ birthday party me but nneɛma ɛkɔ so a ɛfa yɛn nkwagyeɛ ho saa na no wade na ɔyɛ wɔte ɔmo ho hwee kɔpem sɛ nsuge bae na sɛ na nneɛma ɛkɔ so no ɔmo nya but because of say they were absorbed in other things eti nneɛma na wɔ sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo adwene kɔ so krampo no ɔmo anyɛ no saa nti megye di sɛ nneɛma wei nyinaa no ɛyɛ nneɛma a ɛboa yɛn twe yɛn adwene si so sɛ in all the things a yɛyɛ no so nneɛma ɛfa yɛn nkwagyeɛ ho ɛrekɔ so nti wɔ sɛ yɛn nso yɛn adwene ɛkɔ so ne yɛn nipa yɛ ho so.
yɛda ase paa ntiɛfoɔ ɛnɛ ɛyɛ questions ne answers dwumadie yi mu nyinaa no yɛbɛnya kwan na yɛbusabusa ɛberɛ a pastor ɛhyɛ aseɛ baayɛ a yɛaba bɛdu mpempɛn so nsɛmbusa ne nkyerɛmu bi a aka biara no yɛn nyinaa yɛn nsa bɛka nnipa sɛ bi a ansa na yɛbɛkɔ so na yɛde nsɛmbusa ahodoɔ ɛbɛba no ɔbɛbisa sɛ so far ne nyinaa no sɛ nka wobɔ ne tɔfa anaa wobue n'ani so ama yɛ thus far baabi a wode yɛaba bɛdu a any perspective a wohwɛ sɛ yɛbɛtumi anya no ɛtumi aboa kora ma yɛbusa questions no a wobɛtumi aboa yɛ no mu kakra nsa na yɛde questions no aba.
Okay, ne tɔfa nyinaa yɛ sɛ Bible no aka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ ansa na Yesu bɛba no ewiase nyinaa mu bɛkyɛ mmienu na nkyɛmu mmienu no ɛbɛyɛ wɔn a wakeka wɔn ho abom na wɔbɛtu anammɔn bi a ɛtia wɔ Nyame asɛm ɛne wɔ Nyame mmara ɛne nipa kakraa bi a wɔn bɛyɛ wɔn adwene sɛ wɔn de Nyame mmara bɛtena ase to kɔ adi sɛm a ɔma yɛhu how a the papacy nneɛma a yɛka ho asɛm no nyinaa no ɛyɛ biblical reflections ɔsɛ aboa no a ɔdi kan no a ɔbɔ no bɛto afɛ no ɔbɛnya ne tumi na ɔkan adi sɛm ɔsɛ ne ho bɛyɛ wiase nyinaa nwanwa na wiase nyinaa nwanwa no wiase nyinaa bɛsɛ to agyi n'akyi na wiase nyinaa to agyi n'akyi a ɔno na ɛbɛyɛ the leader ɔbɛ lead out in the last final conflict no ɛna yɛhwɛ the idea a ɛka wiase nyinaa bom the uniting factor in fact yɛwɔ ekuo bi a yɛfrɛ sɛ Club of Rome na saa Club of Rome we know in the 1960s they came up with the idea say adeɛ bɛɛ paa na baabi a wiase edu no yɛbɛtumi de esi ede so a ɛbɛka nipa nyinaa bom na me ready saa adeɛ because ɛyɛ very important na yɛnhu sɛ nneɛma ɛkɔ so nyinaa no ɛnyɛ oversight ɛyɛ calculated to unite ewiase nyinaa under the umbrella and the leadership of the papacy na under the leadership no nneɛma ahodoɔ a Bible ka yɛ ne nyinaa no atumi ayɛ saa ɛnti sɛ mehyɛ me screen na sɛ mehwɛ saa quote na in 1968 no and in the 1960s no ɔmo aim ni now was say can we find a new enemy to unite us yɛn nyinaa yɛbɛtumi nya ɔtamfo baako pɛ anaa adeɛ baako deɛ sie ne so na saa deɛ nyinaa aka ya bom enti wɔn sɛ ɔko ni hɔ no mu a ɔho ɔko ni hɔ no mu a nipa mu kyekyɛ bɛdɛ ba sɛ asɛm bi aba paa ɛyɛ asɛm a ano ɔden a people forget about their differences and they all come together na wɔn nyinaa afight ɔmo common enemy no there are many stories of World War I ne World War II a yɛsi sogyafoɔ mmienu a wɔn nyinaa ɛreko na at some point in time wɔn ho sɛ wolves bi ba ɛti saa wolves na ɔmo ba no ɔmo bɛ threaten ɔmo lives ɛti they cease fire ɛna sogyafoɔ a waha Germany sogyafoɔ ɛne opponent soldiers ɔmo nyinaa came together to chase away the wolves. Yesterday they shot about 50 of saa wolves, you know. And you say when there is a common enemy, people come together. Now, saa document, you know, make us say in the 1960s, no, was put together, no. A similar document they can book, no, reference, no, ewo Asia has say, and now come she has say, or say the first global revolution. It was written in 1991 by Alexander King. Or a co-founder of SAR Club of Rome, no, the first global resolution. Now, somehow can you say, the common enemy of humanity is man. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like will fit the bill. And in the bra, we say be create something be be present ya ma nipa nyina say your town for ye nyina no we need to be aware na akanipa nyina bom no they ended on these climate issues and climate change ya kan ho asem no TCA no spearheaded by the Vatican a religious entity and a yedi nkan ye ho the Vatican's aim the chimupo ni nyina no say obe dominate wiase biem say the Bible kan ye no na wonya kwan passes our Sunday legislation ho ene ne America ho no the tosu mienu ye hu say on the political front no United Nations they are omudibika niema omo ye no mo hyase 5 years ago na fi o message here and ye hu say world religions last week here and a Friday here world religions now they are on board world religions ni ye chemu mienu a de di kan no Christopher unite Christopher akaka ho abom tie no ye wo bibi a friend say sir World Council of Churches no any National Evangelical Council ni sir Christopher ni na they have come on board on Saturday no and ye ba osuma hodo a che the Friday ye hu ye no Parliament of World Religions wo mu nyina so almost they represent 2/3 of the world's population wo mu nyina no we saw that pillar omo make ye ene enigi omo na dia so omo ye enti no ye well ekuo be mienu bi a wo mo nso pushi omo de nyame bo a Friday ye beka ho asem ewiase mu esikafo ene ewiase mu adefo they are on board by yen kan ho asem de ti what we are seeing here say the world is coming together obia to fight the common enemy under the leadership of the Vatican na enyanwanwa because sana Bible naka say ebesi and until so far no this is where we are and the message here say enema ekoso say the Bible kan ye no say the baye ni beba ye ho so na de e wo say ye bia no yetumi aye
yo pasa ye dase pa yo chefo say dwumadie na ye to aso no say obi wa sembusa ana contribution bibia opese ubusa pastor ewo dwumadie say free bra ye sha ase ebesi sa abre ni nyina question bia wo bia no obetumi ede aba na afe pastor aboa achiremu ye sanse niema na ekoso ye ti ase yi a na ye betumi ene afoforo so ache enti ensembusa any comment ahodo bia no ebestre obetimi de aba opese wo kasa oba so a ebetimi ambo akasa opese wo pagya wonsa so apagya wonsa ye be recognize na why opese wo chatting so a obetimi a chat bebre ewo YouTube honma mo hwe last time questions ni bi na free YouTube hon so ba opese wo type o comment ni so ewo YouTube so a obetimi de aba bi ho na won join yen ewo Zoom ni so na so wo YouTube ana wo hwe ye from other platforms ni so a obetimi a type o comment ni wo ho yensa ebetimi aka wo Zoom yi so a obetimi apagya onsa obetimi abamu so ye be recognize na de asembusa no so aba enti obia betimi the question aba na pastor question ba ko a eba ye obo so last time no Revelation 13:11 Revelation 13:11 no eba ne santima bie or say then I saw another beast coming out of the earth and he had two horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. Entina asembusa na ekwakoba say in light of the yesu no eno ho asem ni bi na apie was our revelation yi anase eno so a different message anase sign a revelation yi the 13:11 yi eni sa ensem a ye kan nyina no kope
on say wo hwe edi cemetery ye Dumian Revelation 13 no represented two entities. The first entity no verse 1 to verse 10 no represented the Vatican. Or the first beast no the two me ba form one the two me sapeja. The second beast no or say wono na obenya tumi na obenya wiase nyina tumi superpower na wodin the tumi no epia the first beast or Vatican no and now wonya the tumi ya ohre no. And America is going to play a key role in end time events, and America is going to empower Vatican and the two call form no. And in an interesting way, we are seeing no Obia was very sad. Ebra America yi ni hu free sa Paris climate accord no. Obia ye very sad America yi ni hu free because mu nyina say America free bo dia de no ebeda ye. na weekendi ebra America sanso beebo no senka me wo time na nka me bo United Nations omoniji age because now no America is now back to the arena nka woni be ka ebe yo wana bia mamembo kakra
Yeah,
ketu
Pastor,
abi
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah did this person say the second beast United States of America no wɔno ɛna tumi yankasa no wɔde bɛpia the Vatican's agenda and last week Dame share say oh yes the Pope and the President can make a miracle in the world now wɔbɛtuma yɛ nneɛma a ɛde nsesaeɛ bɛba for good man woma yɛntie a short video be on a bra America was signing saa deɛ no United Nations anigye a wɔn de ka saa America waba back in asɛm to answer your question on the role on the play no and to hear United Nations Secretary na ɛwɔ hɔ yi na just a brief moment yɛntie.
Welcome back. We rejoin the international climate effort with humility and with ambition. Humility in knowing that today, no country and no continent is getting the job done. But also with ambition, knowing that Paris alone will not do what science tells us we must do together. When Special Envoy John Kerry signed the Paris Agreement in 2016, he brought his granddaughter to the United Nations with him. We cannot be together today, but we can all reflect on our responsibilities to future generations. The Paris Agreement is our pact with our descendants and the whole human family. This is the race of our lifetimes. We must go much faster and much further. It is within our power to build a future of renewable energy and green infrastructure that protects people and planet and ensures prosperity for all.
Well, then to say that make us say, who are the agenda? Say, oh, United Nations. That day now, a year last week, America also officially time on we no so yes, formally. They did a whole job. Now you can see the time and the Nigerian say America is now back. We talk about it, your country is 190, but they were still not comfortable. Say Trump and America free because obviously say America play a key role. We are just looking at all these things in the light of Bible prophecy. Say America will play a key role in working together with the kings of this world and the people, and a idea very, very important and very significant.
Very, very significant. Pa, that's a big pastor. You best stress say bia ubi ewo asembisa na comment bia if so bit me ede aba. Said in a cano say baby ubetimi abem ubetimi apagya wonsa na wabusa question no ti say obi kasa yo pastor say bia you go so twen say bia obi de question and na comment be baba ne e be sraw na afi watwa so na wo ka sa ensemu a ekoso I say ruler USA play ruler religious leaders play any near kika ho nyina e be sraw na watwa so.
I wish to say in conformity with question now you make sure say bia adisiana no e bia muda homa etie for ne asafo na jimbacho so question now here don't hesitate say there be ya move ebetumi ada ho ama ye nyina now last in America the religions ahodoɔ a wɔawura mu no na ɛberɛ nti no mantumi anka most of the religions no na bi a ɛberɛ a yɛtwɛn sɛ yɛbɛnya questions no to help us understand issues no I can show some of these religious entities wɔn nyinaa no they are fully on board on this agenda no ɛyɛ one world united to pursue a common agenda. Enti yɛbɛtumi ahwɛ Buddhist anaa yɛn nuanom a wɔyɛ Buddhafoɔ anaa wɔwɔ saa ɔsom yi mu.
Pastor, I'm saying Otrasna, I'm saying question be about say enti baby I can ye na no I'm saying or say o share 12 no 12 no so ka say and he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And now question here say obetimi de no atoa so na bia wa bie mu kakra.
Okay. And it's over Revelation chapter 11 now. Or say I saw another beast coming out of the earth. And this prophecy is talking about the United States of America coming out of the earth from a place that less populated than Nipa Bibre any honum. Now I say he had two horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And there is a sudden shift. So what na or to say baby by the end of the day the way see kasa no betray the way see here. And America shares here one of the reasons are leading to the founding of America for religious freedom. Say America, the founding fathers and now say Europe. As our time na yeni fahudie a sum nyame Europe and a pia nipa ma America to share say or say give me your tired, give me your weary, give me your hungry. Now it was bibisa na share. But I was say this power ebesan so adania beye te say the power na ewo Europe a wo mu dwane free it will speak like a dragon. Ebe kasa te say dictator obi kabi sa na say ebe tania ba beye. Now kase 12 no kase he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And one said the first beast the papacy. And the deadly wound, 1798, a bra ni 2 million bar form. And it was America, the America Baba say, or Bema Wiasi Nina, I worship the first beast, a ye papacy. The mark of the papacy, a Sunday, because papacy, they say, so we need 2 million and Kobeda Dani when Yamembra, Eddie free, Homeda, Eddie Akokosiada. And the mark of papers, the mark of paper authority, a Sunday. Na papers, any sa 2 million. It was our last day, And America mum and the benya sa 2 million. And the abema power abim, and na sheseba bim, or can or yebetie, na yetie die, first beast no epese ye. And that is how it's gonna be. And as an Bible worker. And you don't say you can't Sunday legislation Sunday na America they go for Sunday home. But America papers and a Sunday the mark of the paper authority. But America and Nebeka Ewiasia Hemfunesa Fonina said they will worship. Also can worship. The entire worship ye cast a woo sumo bia a loyalty, any allegiance. In other words, worship is why some nabeti. Why dear Nabefa? And say, would you say, Yamadia Nabefa, then you are worshiping God and you are allegiant to God and a loyal to God. But what did he say? The papacy, aka on the Sabbath, our new year's for Naka Bumwa and Adibeye Juma. And Nyama be also on the global scale, but at the heart of Sanema Wignan air worship. Now it is leading to the issue of worship. And the second beast or can add it was so and I say Revelation chapter 13 12 can add it was what I say
Yo, Pastor that's pa and sana ebia ebe to aso. The best say obi wo comment and question obetumi ede aba. And then more of our questions the best say the pastor can say the bia obetumi enya entremu question bia ni ho a emuso ɛna ɛhwa nti ebia no yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ mode ɛbɛba na efiada no nke de efiada no etimi ayɛ adesua no ankasa na ɔsɔfo enyabrɛ de efiada no ama yɛ adesua no tituru nti ɛnɛ no ɛyɛ nsɛmbusa ɛbrɛ no nti yɛbɛsrɛ na mode questions no any comments na ba
ebia sɛ question bi enyamba ya yɛwɔ key things bi ɛhɔ no mu a as we look at this ɛyini na no mepɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ ne nso because we are looking at unfolding of global events in the light of history. Now, we Revelation chapter 13, verse 3 now, a Kasembia is very deep. Oh, say, and I saw one of his hairs as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. Mihuni tiri baako sɛ wabɔ no bɔtɔfɛ na saa deadly wound was healed. But the etwaso is very significant. The last part of Revelation chapter 13, verse 10 say, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. In fact, Bible say, those whose names have been written in the Lamb's book of life. Now, see, all the world marveled and followed after the beast. And you know, so follow the trajectory now, no, the papacy addresses United Nations Organization, and they have bought into his agenda and they are pursuing that vigorously. These are political leaders. All the world will marvel. Then we come to the religious front, world, Parliament of Religions. They are coming on board, and now they are on board. Now we hear evangelicals, any Protestants they are all saying that the protest is over. And TCC, every road leads to Rome under the leadership of the Vatican. Now, Friday, I'll talk about the merchants of this world. And say all the world marveled and followed the beast. And it's so true. Say there is no single entity on your part of this agenda. A truly global and international agenda. She said. Now, the more you dig and the more you search into Nema Ekosno, the more now who say it is very big. It is very, very big. Now we can truly say, indeed, Bible can say papacy and Sabeka to me or when we are seeing now, who be we are seeing now one a yadia a nokra a chindie things are unfolding before our very eyes. Maybe you know question on that. But I will still go back to the Bible and try to read through now.
Yeah, I'm saying I will be pesa or kasa.
If I show near Shannon, and near church, say, Yamima, Yentimi Nasa, or Kunwi Nano. When Yameme aquadida. Now, no bit me, no, Vermont to me, no more dating. If I say who say, and answer and Tissa.
Yo, me that's it. No correct. So okay, Yame Boa, okay, last week that the Siana they used to in the same on Nami and Sabbath na. And Rakamisa Timu Kakrana. History is in the hands of God. When Yamin will be any will be said your deal will be a befaso. The Yeni was a ye said. Ye bet na Yame na say. Nyame nim kwan ya obefa so nyame wo nipa bi ho no ma obemo ma kode da se de ba ma ka no no kre nipa bi ho nso a nyame be siesie won soronko ama ma ho den ba yen kai se in every category bia no se ye ne eti nyame na ase a wonu na be decide the odi obi be ye eni de be mo na ba obi aso ba se nyame nso ma kwan se the baby emfasa wo ha no mu a yen kai se nyame be ma no ho ahoden. They were not supermen. Now nipa nipa. But what happens is say nyame pese ufati biasa emua. God will give you the strength that you need. Timama no kwesa nyame ebe take care of them. But they here pa ye say adofodom eye too late he says sabre wobɛma nkwagye ayɛ wo sɛ asɛm yɛ onyame afa asɛm ni nyame afa. That time should be over, because obiara nim ɛberɛ a nyame bɛka sɛ wama kwan sɛ wiase haw no nyinaa no mbu mfa so na deɛ bɛsinsi obiara nim. Nti if there is a time a yɛbɛma yɛn nkwagye ayɛ sure yɛne Awurade nkita ho ayɛ sure, it is now. But as to how God will allow wɔn bɛda wɔn bɛgyina ɛwɔ nyame nsam, but God will preserve ne mbɛnyina through whatever means a onyame bɛma ho kwan saa.
Yeah, that's a part. But you'll be a follow-up question, and now will be a question for Fro. Now, you might be out the buy and so a patch or say a mudaho.
Me patch.
Yeah, that's a bit brave. You patch will be or assemble for Fro ever ho. Pastor said now can wait me at was say Pastor Costono or question you who say wow on mute too why you better recognize those are now feel you more with some question Pastor Vessel no what was.
Okay. And you know another thing as we look into the biblical picture no or can was sentiment can say see who be we see now one. And you know a idea and no it is going on. And I'll say so they worship the dragon who gave authority to the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like the beast and who is able to make war with him. Who can Revelation chapter 13, verse 4 now. And you know, the whole thing is about worship. And when the idea now, just a first now again who said, a better than we are see and no about worship also. Now no, it is coming to play. Now, okay, video na we share year 2018 World Parliament, Father Jostrom, a brother come speech, it was our World Parliament of Religions. No, he made a very interesting statement. Or say, under the leadership of Pope Francis, and also say climate change is real. Now Pope Francis, or know what the answer to climate change. Now another thing I can say, you were the 2/3 of the world's population as religious interfaith entities. And you know the final conflict, you know, the Bible say it's gonna be about worship. Now, baby, you have a perception and so. Why ne who bun samda in physical terms? Why ne who bun samda? Because say the dragon no can was no Revelation chapter 12 now. Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. Or see, so the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Was what translated that down, and our what that were yet upon some, our yell that for any dear who do our dema upon some. Until the dragon is Satan. And our say they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast. The question is, may there some the dragon? The woman you say, Bonsam is the ultimate person. Woninyami enyansa waswa okenkan Isaiah chapter 14 and Ezekiel chapter 28. Bonsam no say medimakonya ebefro achra so ni na konya. Baby and nyame throne one, he will go beyond ascend the throne of the Most High. Na yasomono. But Bonsam cannot be worshipped in physical terms. Bonsam ba, and to mean worship me. And to the Bonsam say he will create an entity be or ye opposed to God. An entity be nyame kase no akase. And to indirectly no say what bow to that entity now you are worshiping the devil, because the devil no and now say the nyame kano he will say something else. Nyame se kai homedane no konkon nyame se ensaware na yenkai se nyame ya adoma. We will talk about how homosexuality, gay, any no they are intertwined with these issues. And the nyame ya kano any bonsama kano say or create system be or spearheaded sadie no in human form na obi biara obe bow to sa in shisaya hodo no indirectly no you are worshiping the devil. You are serving the devil. And a worship, but the devil will not come physically, but will be all representing a dear be any yamin kobiano. You buy into the idea and you live but that idea no eventually no bonsam na ultimately osom no ana wode wa agenda wode wakoma ene wa wi na ede amano enti eno ye verse 4 no Revelation 13:4 no say they worship the devil the dragon and at the beast enti behind sa worship no bonsam de shechire said the be ya obi a be mane fru nyame akwan afa sa nipa system obi a no ye say bonsam na osom no indirectly or no shechire osom no and see another thing the test no eka ho asem say they can was in Jabia, a bria train on see or assembly, say be your comment.
I had on pastor, yeah. Now, I'm saying we walk Bosuda, but as I said, as I said, you see, I said climate change in Abbey, the center stage, via I said, yeah, can I say revolve around and in as well. And see, we should talk on question and our question. So, son, 18 my who said, a near my bank, a dear a war was our climate change woman. And I say, yeah, just because papers in India, nearma be himself say, Usan, a so, am I who why sa climate change we no and ababeye idea ISCC and nuna ubiade ne ho ahyem na de ne maye nwanwa.
Okay, the woman you say, was say, Bible say in Revelation chapter 13, verse 3, no say, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. And the context of Revelation 13:3 no, a global movement. Obian catchly. All the world marveled and followed the beast. And climate change now quiet to say, how can we focus on adibia? You bet me, I'm a reasifo, you're convinced to say, I idea for Obia home to Obia funny whom be. And the climate change, the general say, okay, and the we are saying no why there's a sun. And never in suit to 20 and never no BBS, and I unite as I see so. And Jenna as I see so, dear, a phobia who be, and to be a funny whom be among your four religions, and it will be a funny whom be shame. Nayan Kaya Humbum said, ye be fighting a common enemy, dear, a climate change, global warming, no Sadamana air cosmo. And now quiet says, Hannah, dear. So what yes, I see so be. Now so you who free mudia, and there we enemy. I didn't know your enemy. I didn't know you na yet yes, I see so. None may be a Emma Sassino, say. Na ye na yaka ye who boom say yam fight it. Now the what who say, Sadia don't come be. Let us say, you are enemy of humanity. And United Nations, presidents are who do, and it's our phone in an be. Here is the catch. And I hear, okay, pollution, and it's enemy na. And a Vatican. Actual document said, this is the ultimate solution. Enti adia president adwendwene ho eni adia wo bi adwendwene ho bia no mo de adwendwene ba but die betuma boa pa ma ya solve climate change no enye just technological nemo spiritual problem na de ade ne ye Sunday. Because Sunday there, a beboa yen ama one ye be conserve nature. Sunday beboa yen to renew Sunday mano entino solutions amu na ye by the boa pa beboa yen no eye Sunday aye DC hodom. And this is where a year when Tinon say a year one climate change year one adia a year global it's been sold to Obia say enona Obia no ye na yembra on board ko ye na chasasi so na the question no ye say why no solution and na ladato si Pope no present and Vatican air present to United Nations and its organizations in and are all presented to World Parliament of Religions ahodo bear 2/3 of the world's population all presenting that to them say the solution no ewo papers in same and now was the solution no and then now come now her document na okay papers no solution be da mo ewo de ye na ye religious solution Sunday legislation.
Yeah, that's a part. And I feel maybe I shall see a free bar. Not just say what carry pa say not just say or town football why eventually no say bibi why yeah the abo climate change in home by na say ubia ja tum say eno and a yard pa as say yeah na say wa one so sadly not just say one over baby or town for no eventually which is a idea say a pa pastor antina yes right now ya can say enti se wohwe emu sesie ya efa sɛdeɛ ɛkɔ so yi no a ɛm sɛ na obi pɛ sɛ ɔkasa ma menhwɛ ansa ɛm sɛ Sister Letitia wobaa so a na ka pɛ sɛ wobisa question na pastor yɛ yi ne pakyɛ wobɛtumi abɛm
mpakyɛ na mebisa elda me meda sɛ mebisa sɛ sɛ ne pastor mo kyerɛkyerɛ nyinaa fi revelation na ɛkɔ Daniel na ɛkɔ revelation fa prophecy na fulfill nti mebisa sɛ saa papa tumi ne saa otwease o kana sɛ nti ɔma ɔmunim sɛ ade na ɛfa ɔmo so na aba na sɛ ɔmunim na bo no mo bo ɔmuni aguso ana sɛ ba mo nkɔmhyɛ na sɛ twa sɛ ba mu nti na ɔma kata ɔmo na sɛ ɔmo hu hwe na na
just this question very deep na mame enfam free say one, do they know say do they know the omoye? They know what they are doing. Because they have written books and they have said publicly, Ninyama Bibri said, the also on the geopolitical scale, no, a power play. Why not obenya to me to control the world? And they know, say, a power struggle. The obenya to me pa they control the world, and they know that. Now, as to say, woman say they are fulfilling what you say no, you are sending us to another chapter, which is very significant. Because you were at least a quite bear for your dictionary the prophecy mo. Nasa Dintia Martin Luther, John Calvin, before say you been your 7-day Adventist church no, in the Reformation time no, Martin Luther, John Calvin, and John Knox. Any even a Chiekra Wesley Muba any Safoni no, they identified Sa to me say a papacy. A then no more identify Sa to me say a papacy because almost steady Thessalonians or cut the man of sin any Sa or say ye bano and almost steady a D70 Daniel and almost said they be and the Sa to me was in a baboka and almost has yet and almost yeah and Sakwan is the grabber and now. Rome si there be. I was say ye pe kwanya ye be fa so a ye be twi nipa adwen ye free so na nipa adwen ye free and so say ye na ye sa system no and the papers no create two other systems and now ways of interpreting the data and omu kretwi ade bia ye friend say futurism and the futurism no John be kan ye say well Revelation chapter 4 to 22 no afin ne beba dachi bi no antichrist bi beba enti antichrist ne beba dachi a ono no obeye niam a beka nyina ti de Daniel ne adi sam ka nyina no emfa papers ne ho eye in the future eye papers in the creative ade no to take in control agreeing every so say you omo ti they know what they are doing. The second one omo ye say they invented another system of interpretation your friend of preterism. Preterism, they say, oh, a decent no ebemu, the first century. And the Yakika was in a narrow, any the destruction of Jerusalem, any winning in anti, a decent nankasa, the abemovi, bibia abemovi. And you know, this is a system where they know what people know and what all these reformers know and now we create different interpretations I would say the ye be nipa adwen e free so say papers in one sem na ye kai and you know on that note no they know the air koso but they don't want nkofo adwen say ebeba so and the other one say geopolitical scale no ye pay to me na ya baby di ni mu ne weni nas no they are pushing for that agenda very hard na ye were many things a brenti ntumi nka ho asem Rome e won chire say ye free bibi say temporal power and a spiritual power enti Rome no say ye the pope siswa India enhihye mu no ye hye no triple crown na sa eche miensa no chire say King of heaven, King of earth, King of the underworld. And it's our temporal sovereignty, no. Rome will say, or hini bia o dia was as he should be an issue Roma say. Womo dear, womo and there was said, or more to me a ye didi a dear was as so. That is Roman Catholic doctrine. we enye conspiracy theory sana Rome extra na sa temporal sovereignty no enu ntino so obi a Romania na wo ya Americania Rome nhihye say wo swear allegiance to American constitution there nanso your ultimate allegiance no to the papacy enye to omanya uwo mu enu ntino said they say now said in their bid to have world power any science interpretation prophecies in no and this year make us say they know na yen kai say to me a can no if we take the Bible no kana enya de ketwa because Revelation chapter 13 no or see the dragon gave his power and this is to me directly no say you befa the Bible no kana dia. I'm not talking about Nipe Roma, sorry. Kwayenka will be Roma, sorry, but he doesn't know what goes on with the system, the old system. By system, Nanka say, well, say your father and come share can say in Revelation chapter 13, no, verse 2, no, it is very deep. Or say the dragon gave his power. You must say dragon near Bonsam, or say Bonsam name didn't to me. Now I say they worship the dragon and the beast, and where you to me, one day Bonsama took a say. Enti enya de ketu anenya de papa but of course this is the system I can wasem na ya me pese ye kai se obi ohodomu a okobro sorry di wonimu na do de so I am pese me make a distinction no but we are talking about the system no any wiase amanyofo ne sa we ni koni na de this is how the Bible describes our system no.
Oh, okay. So I'll say Mudaopa. Pastor will be the question about say what na Asad Bentia bet so what's another 10 the actual. Or say how are they able to justify that keeping Sunday universally will help to halt climate change? Say the twist on the best on what's call the twist na a woman pibio asa amai.
Obey they who say keeping Sunday. Yan kai say o kind a decent in Revelation chapter 13, no, okay, verse 14 now say, and he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which was granted to do in the sight of beasts when in the kaise where you to me one the bonsama to kese obonsama ni hu nyina no say oye dadafo and you know what is going to play out in the final conflict, a deception in that we are seeing. By the way, and then let me read it further on this. Now, him say, "Ya wadie bia sa niema ye kan ho asemi say the ye nua Victor Busa ye ye free bibi say anthropogenic climate change." I actually said the nipa activities no any the best area say. Now, him say. When I was thinking about this, what dear friend said, climate change apocalypse. NASA climate change apocalypse, no.
Pastor Koso.
Okay, we will say there is document. So climate change apocalypse, no. Ye di a pushy agenda ni na say climate change, and in the best say we are seeing we say, but some version of a name besti we ye bremo no any Bible there no a opposite okay kind Bible in Matthew 24 Luke 21 Mark 13 any Revelation no Bible no e ma ye hu say Yesu ba enima e bedi die nimu no o say akombeba meboa asase woso any ewie mu sesaye epo a ehuru ni sa ne na o say ni na beba but na enye weye no. And in the Bible view, Sanya no betwas never could anymore by or say, and yet and no enna ebe say a we say. By Bible say, dear ebe say we are no, God's ultimate intervention. God will intervene in history. Unyamena be intervene in history, at the history about an end. And to a Kanyama be first near was said nuclear armaments and the best we are say GSC Russia for a way during the Cold War arms race by Bible no a plane said or see there will be wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation and the end is not yet. The Bible mu de o say wie mu no okon beba asaso beba nansu na ewiye mbaye enti enye nuclear arms race e na be say wiase enna epo na ehuri na no say ebedi Yesu emaye nanim na de di wiase pa be ko wiye de Yesu be intervene. Another thing ebra Yesu enante Nyankopon did the 7 last plagues eba no ehokra if there is climate change bia e wonso nipa adwemba so ehona na Yesu say and the Bible say esan se nipa anye sitie na nipa entie nyame asem ti no say be the climate change I was say in the 4th plague no and now how much we etoso 9 no okin kan edisem etira eye edunsia na Revelation chapter 16 verse 8 na or say then the 4th angel poured out his bowl on the sun and power was given to him to scorch men with fire and men were scorched with great heat. And you know, the climate change you be back where I feel never ba nenu nyame na deba. Or say, woman, or yet to me, Emma, the 4th or how musions were tossed on 9 no, or the Eviabi Beshini Pebia, a bin sida, but of course, it's gonna be on Wamubeya Swardinia, when Yame and so one Ebema or how about no, and you see the Bema no can, you know. Sa ade omo kenye nyina no say how are they sure no remember the fear is also part of it and you know fear drives people to also buy into this agenda and it's hande money nyina and another side and so you say now no you will hear the phrases listen to the science listen to the science listen to the science and we have scientists that they are also producing documents to convince the world, say, Yankonesa, because Sana Ebeba, by the Bible present a different picture about the real thing ever happened in the end time. No?
Yeah, that's Pastor. Tonight, say, we share see I know, and yes, say climate change, say, woho, say, new hope, say, NABR, or one ADH here, but said, yeah, what a bit lead to or someone. But inti means bia no but na said yes say now can bia na yemu bi mai na che say akwa yes means bia be kwa duru ho a ebetimi ama Sunday som no abaro climate change ni ya de bia religions ahodo political leaders ahodo they all buy into this idea inti ebeye vehicle na say a tool bia na say platform bia etimi boa to reach sa kwesiada som ho anase a lead to osoma revelation no na eka ho asem no yeah that as
how serious cry say prominent people professors any people have started even calling for climate change lockdowns say yenye lockdown say the year COVID-19 lockdown no and their reason is say COVID-19 the climate change na dey. How do they reason? Almost say viruses are hot one is no. It's an environment nasano and a created these and nema air causes animano. And you know climate change no need the is even much more greater. And you know yemma there are things that are coming up. Now another thing I'm pressing they can hear say it is more than climate change so say it is more than climate change. There are other components. Your economic components. On say yaki the great research, you know, at the idea could see economics any the economic component of Nema air cost no. And you know the whole picture no one world government, global governance, quite be first one if we are say a bako to say Tower of Babel there no. At the end time Babylon no one world coming together to pursue a common thing. Now the heart of the religious in the Sabbath legislation, you push it through, you know. Me per se, you understand and they say the agenda is very broad. And we will keep on exploring the other components. Na nina bata hua, nina kabumwa konenimono.
Yo, yeah, that's pa Victor Koswanity is the far economy neho technology cyber ne side mani na na bre sem pastor de ho adesua ni nyina bebre yeba me na am say wasa baso yeso obetimi akoso
as anani bisa say so time no kese pa no se ba ɛno deɛ yɛnkyɛ ne nyame aba so meboa ɛno asɛ ɛno deɛ ɛfa mu kɛseɛ paa no a ɔma yɛntena mu nkyɛ kɛseɛ na mmoa na ɔde bɛba anaa
in fact say we go by the Bible akana ɛwɔ Matthew na ɛne deɛ ɔka no Mark na ebia yɛnhwɛ deɛ Yesu kan yɛ nankasa ɛno bɛboa yɛn to answer sɛ deɛ bɛyɛ ɛnkɔyɛ speculation wokenkan Matthew no ɔka ho asɛ Matthew chapter 24 no Matthew chapter 24 verse 22 and I think say you can find the same thing and so elsewhere now menkan Matthew 24 no say and unless those days were shortened, no flesh will be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. And you know, okay, Mark anyway, yeah, yes, Unankasa say, Adena Erbano or Noah Bikaso. In fact, okay, in kind Romans and so or see, Yami will do a short work, he will cut the work and finish, or he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness. And you know, Nyame yɛmfa nhyɛ say our God is good. And nneɛma wei a yɛka ho asɛm no nyinaa no megye sɛ ebia ɛyɛ part of God's love ɛna wadan de ɛde akyerɛ yɛn sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɛmfu yɛn mu but yɛakoma ntɔ yɛyɛ mu sɛ onyame adwene ne mba ho till he will take things in his hands. And there is good news. The good news ɛwɔ mu yɛ sɛ wokan ɛdiisɛm mu no a ɛberɛ a nneɛma wei no bɛkɔ so ɛbɛdu baabi no ɔse God will intervene na nyame ɛde ɔhaw busuo nson ɛbɛgu asase so ne nneɛma hodoɔ bebree. The good news is through God will shield and shelter his people. Onyame bɛbɔ ne ho ban ne mma ho ban onyame de ne mma bɛsie wɔ ne mu enti no ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ good news. As to say the shortness no deɛ ɛwɔ nyame nsɛm nyame n'anim how short or how long but God has the welfare of his children. Nyame ɛdɔ ne mma sɛ ɔbɛyɛ deɛ ɛbɛboa ne mma nso sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔbɛtwitwa ne mma ɛfiri mu.
Yo, Pastor say Bakubio so or say is there a link between coronavirus pandemic and the Sunday law no ana?
Okay. Mamin can say nkɔfo bebree ka say coronavirus I don't want to say anything about that.
Yeah.
Because we are not speculating. Member say obi be free say yeah speculate say and the bimu kwa say coronavirus wo ho eni ho. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Yare wo ho nom. Etumi jankofo mo woni nyama ni things are going on. Enti no enye no ho asem na me pese me ka say me pese me ka we ho asem a. But yeah, ebia ye betumi aka ho asem ye say we are just looking at the effects of nema ekoso. And nema aircost no dear nedeba. Nipa bebre asase ka say coronavirus no cry no relation with climate change. If we say climate nasisa, entina climate nasisa no emma emwa sa no nya kwan yare sa no nya kwan but those things there people are saying those things. Yeah. And, you know, they are talking about COVID-19 in relation to environmental change in the money now to emphasize the point to say we need to pay more attention to climate change. Pay more attention to climate change. One way, it will be worse than COVID-19. And that is the point that Bill Gates said, say, which is the climate change, you know, one of the and Bill Gates said, so which is COVID-19, and the next year is 10 times worse. But Bill Gates and his Afoni they are talking about this in relation to say environment, you know, through climate change, you know, assessment. Enti akofa yare hodo we say nyina ba e was a force yen to take a radical look at climate change, you know, just e de niema bebre na be wiase. And that's what I can say about that in relation to ebia COVID-19 sa issues ya ka ho asem.
Very well said, Pa. I say befa we are last say yeah ntimi answer questions ni nyina akra na actually no ye de aka na ye be note ni nyina na Friday no pastor ya disua na em say ye bre no aye bit pastor probably ye befa we na ye de atwa to or was so what is the position of the church on interfaith events? I recently saw pictures involving Adventist World Church leaders at some international interfaith meeting. Our world leaders Okay, so because I address with this truth on climate change, and I'm say when in Iraq to say the Endra na wokano, meka efiada no na ye ka religious we say no enyina, enti pastor, quick comment on this. Say when you cry no, you bet me at the ako efiada.
But I say for sa SDA ene sa nneɛma no ebi a mɛka sɛ moma yɛmfa ɛno nsi ase na mempeke na Friday no menhyɛ aseɛ ɛmfa ɛmfiri ase yi yɛwɔ nneɛma mmienu a ebi a Friday no bɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu yɛwɔ official documents a yɛ SDA foɔ yɛka ama wiase nyinaa ho sɛ sei na egyina ɛna yɛwɔ nneɛma bi nso a ɛbɛtumi akɔ soɔ nti no ebi a Friday no I will talk about these things in relation to ebi a SDA ne scientific, ne climate change, in relation to your official documents where we stand on issues that you declare we are seeing there. Any be sometimes some things I'll be who. And today, a brain into no, Yambese Befa Mobre, and it was Friday no, Yamfa and Shasia. And Tibia, you made ye Mepese, ye debesi has say. Na Yamia Duma Friday no, a bread be a make picky ways, no, dear make them we say. A decent, yet a guideline, they explore Yama ways your Bible. A decent say, and all the world will wander after the beast. Yehu political entities, yehu religious entities. What about Esikafuo? What about World Bank? What about International Monetary Fund? What about Iriasi Esikafuo? We are billionaires anyway. Say now it will shock you to know. Say they are all pursuing this, but every Friday no me perceive yehu. Now the Bible can say. There's going to be one global unit here. Bibi bekanye na bom to pursue nema we for world governance any nema hodwa no question bemusa till nyambo Friday no ye be pursue the merchants of this world in relation to nema cosno. Now ya tackle question about last no.
Yeah, and Strawberry opening Victor, I sharing so world leaders. Who are some boss so say are they going alongside, are they abreast with said ya okay na I think say Pastor Beyan. Yesterday Friday 7:30 Friday in yesterday my yen so your time no 7:30 na afi no yentimi emrati yeda etiefo nyina ase aboafo comments ahodo a eba ni nyina no yeda onyame ase say yede aba bedu ahase yebe say ye hyɛ so say a program we say efiada pa na ye pese ye di saa dwuma we say efiada ebeye time our software the information ebemaye enti ebi ohokra na se efiada nuye na se wo questions bi ohono mo a wo pese wo de maye a kwan bia wo fa so a wo de nya information ba no wo de maye wo de ma asafo ba bi kra ye mfa nse wo nye Washington asafo ba and be bia wutia afria be bia say YouTube hokra wetime agya question no e wo hono mo say now what question be say you went me musa e pastor nsaka ni nyina na e betimi ama all the information ni nyina ama ye hu senia additional si call ye ni questions na ba ye no na ye nwi a ye be make provision for kwesiada and the kwesiada no enye de bia na question and answers ni say no ye be ye but as and when software ebe hu say necessary say ye be ye no empeyfo betu hu anamo na ye de kwesiada na account we might not do the ye kwesiada bia nti esrepa say ye nhye so but efiada ne de efiada bia ene de dwumadie we no ebe koso 7:30 dwumadie we koso ensesa ba na ye hwe comments eba ne input ne information na ese eba na amanfo request ne ye bebra eno de ye de kwesiada no ebi ebeba beka ho na yetumi ama dwumadie ni nyina awie pass ye pese wo bo ni nyina tofa na wishas ma ye sanse wo wi a ye nhyeda mfa announcement bia ensa emma emetwa mu bio enti enne adesua and looking at the questions are aban very good questions ene senia wo hwe senia enkofo etie asem no menim se waka dia efiada wo de bema ye no so eho asem but was simaka krebin be se 1 minute mu no yes so wrap up my na afi no wi a wo hira dwumadie ni nyina so amai
yo me das elder baby I made my dream see and I made ya dream see as we go near nyina say prophecies nyame amfa ma yen say yen hu de beba keke ene nyame chi mu pono no but say ye be see ho Revelation 13 verse 3 I say all the world marveled and followed the beast. King Sarah's fortune you say The Lord is coming, are you ready? The Lord is coming, are you ready? Meaning, an almost Christian, and a Christiania or ye almost saved is the same as obia or ye totally lost. An almost Christian is obia or ye totally lost. And you know, this is a time we say, ye nyame entem, ye nkwagye, ene ye bibia no ye beni ye. These things should force us na yen tutu ye niema ye. Na ye nyame nchina ye. That is the purpose of addition yesu nyina said ye be ya ye nkwagye ebe siesie ye. Afen so ye ni afoforo nche. Mini ade ba ko ebe ya we hosem ye se odofo be ka kire se minia ti na onim se we na eba so na wan kan kire me na we na to me. E ma ye ntwen ansa enti no ende de enye den opa share the link with somebody.
Yes.
The want to mean the link de ma obi na onipa ko ntie. We are not interested say obi etie ne ndem ya bonesu enye na ye yi. By interest they say obi ntie na wo hu de ekoso na baby owo bia no wotumi make an intelligent decision na wonyankwaje nti ene obi nshare ebe kakra no we may not have the privilege to do what they are ye bi nti ende ne was akonya no nyame nhira ye nyame entu ne nhira ye ye mompa ye ye da wase ye nyankopon ne ye wade ye da wase do a wodo yen wasem hye yen se wonye bibia chi se wada ne di akyere won koa edifo eyampa ewiase enyina ekeka bom enema hodo ekoso said ye wasem eka ye no ye bompa ye ede ye ho ahyonsa we no eye nema ewo se boa ye na ye siesie ye ho na ye kina wona ase enti ye mu bi yo hono mo a ye nkwagye enwie mu dia ye srew adombre enie ye daso ewo nkwa ma ye ngwane nkotoa Yesu na ye nkina Yesu na ase ewade ma nema we mo ye hu yo ka kire ye nse ye mfa yakoma entu ye yem ye nkina Yesu na ase se ye ti Yesu na ase ya we are forever safe boa ye nso na ne afoforo enche saa nimdie yi otamfo de ohaw bebre beba o maso eweye bremo ebi betuma ya re sikasem ne whatever eye conceivable enche bia we will cross the Red Sea na ye du fie Yehuwa me bompa yesero se ema wo babia enjemu manjegiye da ema wo babia enjemu emma ohaw ne amane no da but mayenkai say we are almost home so we don't need to give up. May your spirit strengthen us. May your Holy Spirit no on say din na wa mayen ansa yeji. This is not the time to turn back because we are almost home. Na watwi mu ye de ho hye wonsa ye ne yebusua ye tiefo ne adofo nyina fa ye nan si bebi a ekron hira ye na wa kuta ye mu e wo Yesu de mu nti amen.
Amen. Yo, ye de adwuma de ni nyina ababie ye. Nyame ya adwuma kwasiada ebe ye da mu nyina akontrene ne mpaibo. O ma ye nhye ne so. Nyame hiraye ye da mo se.
Ukuada.
Ukuada, patro ukuada ebe ye da mu nyina empaibo. Adisua ne de eye efiada ye da mo se.
So